These have got to be the most fire crates in the history of the Elder Scrolls Online. The game has definitely hit peak aesthetics with the Anu versus Padomay crates. Hey everybody, it's Spopes. The PTS or playtest server for Update 50 of the Elder Scrolls Online launched yesterday on April 13th. And thanks to ESO Model Viewer, we now have our first look at the Crown Store and Crown Crate items that will be included in this update. We also now have specific dates for when the rest of this year's content is coming out. And in general, there's just a lot to unpack here as we look at everything coming in U50. So in this video, I'm going to run through the ESO U50 leaks we received since the PTS came out, mainly focusing on the Crown Store leaks, but covering everything else new we know as well. Before we dive in, please make sure you've subscribed to the channel, please like and hype the video, and consider supporting me by becoming a member of the Spopes Army, checking out my merch, or leaving a donation. Thanks for watching, everyone. Let's see what's coming in ESO U50, including the Anu versus Padomay crates. This morning, as I saw all this information come out on Discord, I was like the Vince McMahon meme. At a certain point, I was pretty much blown out of my chair by the aesthetics of these amazing items that are coming. Some of the initial highlights include this incredible customized recall action, and these new armor styles coming in the crates that feature VFX, the likes of which we've never seen in ESO before. And then, of course, these new polymorphs coming in the crates are absolutely incredible. This kind of stuff is right up my alley, the whole dark versus light idea, creation versus void. I'm definitely going to be going for the light-based stuff personally, but some of the darker Daedra-themed items also look pretty cool. I want to provide a bit of background regarding the lore here. Anu is basically God, and Padomay is basically Satan. Though anyone who's really looked at Christianity knows it's not an actually dualistic religion, but it does follow the same dualistic mythological motifs that you see spread throughout the world. And also in modern-day myths, like the Elder Scrolls series, where Anu is the creator that represents order, Padomay is the agent of chaos that represents change, Anu is and Padomay is not. Anu is the one that created the Aedra, and Padomay spawned the Daedra. All right, now let's cover the leaks that ESO Model Viewer has provided, starting with what look like they're going to be the Radiant Apexes, and then moving on to the other rewards. It's honestly hard to tell this time around because there are so many good mounts coming out in this update, but it is looking like the 3 Radiant Apexes are the Manifestation of Order Steed, which honestly just looks kind of like an upgrade to the Meridian Charger. This may be my new favorite mount in the game. And then we also have the Manifestation of Chaos Steed, which looks basically like Baphomet. This is definitely some creepy stuff going on here. And then the third is most likely the Eye of Magris Sench, which I'm not sure if this is a typo because I think it should be Eye of Magnus, right? I've never heard of Magris, but there are so many variations of the names of the gods in the Elder Scrolls that this could just be a name variation I'm not aware of. But yeah, it's looking like those are going to be the 3 Radiants. We also have some other pretty cool looking mounts, like the Jeffra Pledge Theriker here, and also the Abetian Sea Crystal Wolf. I'm wondering if this is going to be one of those ones that's available just for seals, or maybe it'll be an event reward. I'm not sure. But this time around, the Radiant Apexes are not the only good mounts coming out in the update. So moving on, the next highlight for me is this incredible customized recall that is apparently what will come with the 25 crate bundle. I don't think they've ever done any kind of white, glowing, holy light stuff like this before. It's always more solar, like yellow. This whole aesthetic is amazing. Now, something I want to bring attention to from the original Discord leaks is there is a file for a Padomay themed recall as well. We don't have a higher res image or any more information on it, but you can get a basic idea what it's going to look like from this thumbnail. But again, we don't know where this is coming from, how you're going to get it. I was assuming from the crates, but it's looking like that's not the case actually. Then the other highlights are these absolutely crazy polymorphs. You get wings on the Manifestation of Chaos, the Padomay themed one, and you get this crazy giant halo type thing on the Manifestation of Order for Anu. But you'll also be able to get unique VFX even if you don't get the polymorphs, because the crate armor styles this time around also have crazy VFX. It's not quite a separate cosmetic like we've been wanting, but it looks like for the first time you're going to have something equivalent to a cape or a cloak on your armor with the Chosen of Padomay Daedra themed armor set. It looks almost like a dusty shadow falling off your back. Really cool looking effects there. I'm very pleased with Zos for breaking the mold here and trying some new things. These armor sets sets that come in crates are often pretty disappointing, but this looks absolutely amazing. But in my opinion, the Anu-themed armor set is even better. You get this crazy halo that sticks up pretty high behind your head. Now, what I'm wondering is if this halo is tied to the helm, and then if the wings are tied to the chest with the Data-themed armor, and if you can possibly wear both of them at once. But yeah, those are the highlights in my opinion. Now let's go through and order all the other items that are coming with the Crown Store and Crown Crates in U50, and then we'll talk a little bit about the release schedule for U50 content at the end. There are going to be some Anu-themed earrings called the Order's Symmetry Ear Charms. And then a really cool, it looks like major adornment, the Padomay's Void Mask. I really like this mask. We're also going to be getting the body marks of Anu, and I can't quite tell, but I'm really hoping these glow. And to go along with them, the body marks of Padomay. These are lower tier rewards, but definitely from the Crown Crates. Then we also have the Finery of Elegant Chaos costume, and I don't know how I feel about this. These kind of costumes just look really weird on male characters, and it looks incredibly revealing for female characters. So let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments. The Tunic of Symmetry is the Anu-themed costume. It's pretty good, but again, it seems like it's made with female characters in mind. It looks kind of weird on male characters. Then we're also getting this crafting motif, the Coldane Cartel, that ties in with the new Thieves Guild storyline. And in the Discord leaks, it says this is something you get from completing daily quests in the new Thieves' Den that is associated with the quest line. So this is an earnable crafting motif that you will get by doing new Thieves Guild daily quests. This is what the crates themselves are going to look like in the store. There's the 1 crates, 4 crates, 15 crates, 25 crates, and 25 crate bundle options. Now, interestingly enough, tied in with these leaks was also the card representing the crates that are coming out next. So the Anu and Padomay crates are coming in June. I'm not sure if I mentioned that already, which means the Avengers of the 8 crates are going to come out in September. And it seems like it's associated with the 8 Divines, with more of a fall or even spooky look to it. So I'm excited to see more about these when we get the U51 leaks in a few months. There's also an Antithesis Orb emote, and it's kind of hard to tell what's going on from just this picture, but maybe it's possible you'll be able to use the emote in 2 separate ways, where one creates a ball of light, the other creates a ball of darkness. It does seem to be just one emote, so go figure. We'll find out more about this soon. Then we have what appears to be a WWE Brawl-inspired chair slam, where I'm guessing you're going to pick up a chair, this is an emote again, and hit somebody with it. We will see. There's also what appears to be a new throne emote, Plant Yourself. I thought there already was an emote that looked a lot like this, so we'll have to see what this actually looks like when it comes out. Then we have the emote Play to the Crowd, and I'm just worried about what this guy's going to do with that dagger. I have no idea what's going on with this one. We have a furnishing called the Glowing Cosmic Cloud. That looks absolutely amazing. I'm not usually that stoked for furnishings, but this one looks really cool. You're also going to be able to get one of the new Mages Guild transmute stations that are rolling out in U50 in your own house. This is a furnishing. So if you like this new style of transmute station they're going to have in certain Mages Guilds, you can also put it in your own home. Then we also have an Anu-themed marble pillar furnishing, and to go along with it, a Padomay-themed furnishing of the same type. There's an Anu-themed marble platform and a Padomay-themed platform. There's also a new music box, a Wish for Fish. And we have no idea what this sounds like yet. I'm assuming it's going to be whimsical and kind of silly. There's going to be a new Monastery of Serene Harmony painting and a Padomay sigil you can put on furniture, kind of like a spray in Fortnite, I guess. Now, this is absolutely beautiful. The Spiral Star Song staircase furnishing, a glowing white ethereal staircase. Very nice. Then you're also going to be able to get a statue of that Breton lord that was featured during the Legacy of the Bretons chapter. And it looks like these are the new free statuettes coming out in U50, Almalexia and a Guar. We also have a couple new hats that look kind of like bronze masks. The Mask of Elegant Chaos that appears to have like a Voldemort-style second head on the back. And then Padomay's headdress as well. You have the face marks of Anu to go with the body markings we saw earlier, and also the Padomay face marks. And then this new house looks incredible. The Dancing Waters Wellspring. I can't tell if this is maybe a new house in Artaeum. The sky doesn't look quite right though for Artaeum. I honestly have no idea where this is, but it has ancient elf style architecture. You have a cherry blossom tree in the foreground that's usually associated with high elves. That amazing waterfall cascading down from the top of a mountain. I'm really hoping we get this for free somehow, but it's probably going to be like 15,000 crowns. There's also the Rogue's Refuge house, which looks like a tomb, and we can't really tell much about it from this picture. Also, the Stargazer's Vigil house that looks to be of Dwemer construction and is an observatory high in the mountains somewhere, probably somewhere in Skyrim. There are some additional mounts aside from what we already covered as well. These are probably going to be the Apex mounts in the crates, the Armored Elk of Anu, and the Armored Cinch of Anu. Then for Padomay, we have the Armored Wolf of Padomay. And also thrown in there, probably in the crates, we have the Belkarth Cinch Tiger, and believe it or not, a zebra. I don't think we've had a zebra in the game before this point. There's also a new Ornog mount, the Lilandril Ornog, that looks a lot like other Ornogs we've had before, honestly. And a new Brekka, the Night Ruby Brekka. There's a pet to go along with that Cinch Tiger, the Belkarth Cinch Tiger Cub. And there's another cat pet, the Daggerfall Longhair Cat. A new Sep Adder, the Duality Feathered Sep Adder. So yeah, it's kind of both Anu and Padomay themed. It's got a black tail but white feathery wings. Also a new Tome Shell pet, the Eye of Magnus Tome Shell. I'm really thinking that mount from the beginning is also Magnus, not Magris. Probably a typo in the files. There's a zebra pony to go with your zebra mounts. And this raven pet is absolutely crazy. I'm definitely going to need to get this. The Luminous Raven non-combat pets. Very cool. There's also a Manifestation of Order pony to go with that Radiant Apex mount, and an Orchid Fall Veil Fawn. That's basically the purple version of the red one that is in the Gold Coast Bazaar. A Pellucid Swamp Jelly pet, a Turquoise Swamp Jelly pet. And now we're getting into the weapon styles for U50. These are probably going to be separate purchases in the Crown Store, starting with the Jeffra's Ensemble Arms Pack, which is musically themed. They even kind of made the sword into something like a bow for a viola or violin. Then we're also getting an arms pack for Alambris and Mighty Chudan, which I'm pretty sure we've seen leaks for before. Is this actually new? Anyway, there's also going to be a Molag Kina arms pack. And wait a minute, I know we've already definitely had a Nerieneth arms pack. Is this adding more to it? I'm a little bit confused here, because I know the Nerieneth arms pack has been around before, but these items look new to me. Same with the Scourge Harvester. So I'm a bit confused about what's going on here, but I'm sure we'll learn more soon. They also have, it looks like basically an update to the Troll King arms pack, but again, I'm not really sure what's going on here. Moving on to the weapon styles coming out with the crates. These are absolutely amazing in my opinion. The Chosen of Anu outfit styles. So we have the Battle Axe, the Maul, the Shield, the Sword, and the Dagger. There's also a new Justiciar of Stendar outfit style, and the Chaos of Padomay's skin. All right, now that's everything in the article, but there's more we can glean from the original posts on Discord as the leaks were coming out. I'm just going to go through these in order, and again, this is all from ESO Model Viewer. They did a great job jumping in right away once the PTS was out, mining this information. I suggest you follow their Discord to get all the details, because there's a lot of lore and stuff here, a lot of text from quests that I'm not going to read. But basically right here, we're seeing a bunch of text about the Sage's Vault. Whether it's from the quests or from lore books, I'm not sure. But here's some interesting stuff. We are getting some new skill styles for Blood Scion and also for Werewolf, just the Werewolf form itself. And it looks like these are going to be unlockable. Yeah, these are going to be the rewards for the new dynamic encounters. So if you get 10 shards of parched stone from the dynamic encounter that involves a vampire hunt in, I believe, Glenumbra, then you'll get the Cold Harbor skill style for Blood Scion. And then you'll do the Bilsa's Delivery dynamic encounter to get various different types of werewolf form. There's going to be a black werewolf, an ashen werewolf, and a white one. So not only are they refreshing the way the werewolf looks, but they're also giving you the option to change the color of the newly refreshed werewolf. Definitely hyped for this. And then here we have some more imagery for what the crates are going to look like, the cards, etc. And here's a bunch of stuff related to achievements. These all appear to be the thumbnails for various achievements. Also thrown in here are the new skill thumbnails for the werewolf. A whole wide variety of different stuff. Looks like there's going to be a Magris Claw plant gathering and a Sheogorath Rooster rune gathering customized action. Maybe it is Magris, because I've seen this typo twice now if it is a typo. And here's some images for the nowhere keys that we're going to use to unlock the Sage's Vaults. Here's also a thumbnail for the new Cold Harbor Vampire Scion. Here's also a thumbnail for a sheep pet that I didn't see in the article. And also some new thumbnails for some Anu versus Padomay skill styles. Looks like there's going to be a Padomay version of Vortex and a Radiance of Anu Restoration Staff ability. There are actually a ton of new skill styles coming, including Molten Might for Power Slam. I think we saw that teased in the Veterancy section of the latest live stream. Yeah, that Vortex style we just saw is for Elemental Rage, and the Anu Restoration Staff ability is for Rapid Regeneration. There's also going to be a green skill style for Engulfing Dragonfire. Oh, I'm stoked for that. a green style for Searing Claw, and for Magma Shell. There's going to be a sunset orange version of Blighted Blast Bones on the Necromancer. Oh, and check this out. There's finally going to be a skill style for Overload, the Sorcerer Ultimate. It's going to be yellow. Nice. There's going to be a new jade-colored skill style for the dual-wield ability Deadly Cloak, and a Fiery Torment skill style for Unnerving Boneyard on the Necromancer. Finally, there's also going to be a gold arrow skill style for Deadly Cloak on dual wield. We're also getting some new paintings and statuettes, including a shirtless Darien Gautier. Wonderful. And here are some new housing images. I'm not really sure what these are. Maybe just more new houses being added to the game. Yeah, I really don't know what all this is. But these look like pretty cool new houses, if that's what they are. This one looks like it has like a little traversal thing in it. Wow, that's cool. I really wonder what all this is. And then here are some thumbnails for the skill styles we were just looking at. The new Emerald Green Dragon Knight abilities especially look cool. And there's the yellow version of Overload. All sorts of thumbnails for new furnishings. And also whatever all this is, looks like there's going to be a Sheogorath staff. And yeah, these are the customized actions I was looking at earlier. All right, that's going to do it for the leaked items and cosmetics coming in U50. There is also, however, some information on when the content slated for U50 is actually going to arrive. I want to cover that really quick before we go. So silly me, I was naive again. I thought all this was going to drop at the beginning of U50, but it looks like the new ethos at ZOS is spacing out content. So there's something new every month or so, which actually, as I've had time to think about it, I really appreciate. It'll probably drive engagement and keep the game fresh. But basically the new Thieves Guild questline arrives right when U50 launches sometime in June, but the High Seas of Tamriel event does not take place until the end of September, from September 16th to 30th. The Sheogorath questline starts on July 29th, and the Sage's Vault becomes available on August 31st, the same day the new trial, Crimson Veld, also launches. So yeah, everything isn't happening at once like I kind of thought, but I actually do like the fact they're spacing the content out. They're giving it to us bit by bit as the update progresses. All right, everybody, so that's everything in the leaks for U50. I really did my best to be thorough here. What I'm most excited for is just the overall aesthetics of the new crates. I really think this is the peak of ESO aesthetics. I love the whole mythological foundation and the way they look. I really want that new white radiant apex, but I'll definitely be using my seals to get the mystical quasi-griff when that comes out in a week or so. So we'll just see. I'll probably open some crates because I definitely want those armor styles too, with the wing and the halo aesthetics. I just really appreciate the new direction ESO's taking with the aesthetics for these crates. I really feel like they hit it out of the park with the efforts and the ideas behind it. Really good job here, ZOS. Really looking forward to checking out these crates when they launch in June. In the comments, let me know what you're most excited for, whether you agree that this is the peak of ESO aesthetics, which items you're definitely going to want. And also, before you go, please remember to like the video, hype it, and also subscribe if you haven't. And please do consider supporting the work I'm doing here by becoming a member of the Spopes Army, check out my merch, or leaving a donation. All right, now as always, we're going to finish up with a prayer to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Lord Jesus, thank you for inspiring the developers at ZOS to go the extra mile with the aesthetics of these crates. Please bless everyone at ZOS as they strive to make the best game for us possible. Lord, also thank you for everyone in my community. Please bless all my community members with great experiences in ESO and the world beyond. And Lord, please especially be with those Christian brothers and sisters who are struggling to follow you. Bring them to your side. And also, Lord, bring to your side all those recently departed souls across the world. I give you all glory for my channel and for the video today, Lord. Lord, in your mercy, hear our prayer. All right, again, everyone, thanks for watching. Please do comment with your thoughts on the leaks, the crates, everything. And before you go, please remember to like the video, hype it, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, turn on notifications because I'll be back soon with new content.